For a while on this channel, we've been searching for the worst action figure line ever. We looked at some doozies. We've looked at New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, Revolutionary War figures. We've looked at all kinds of bad crap. But did we actually find the worst action figure line ever? Let's take a look. Welcome back to the Junkman, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. And today our search for the worst continues. And every time I make a video, I say this is it, this is the worst. I mean, we saw Hunter Dan action figures. Hunter Dan action figures. We've seen a lot of bad stuff. And is this the worst? Now, I will say that these are rubbery Bendums, you know, type figures. And we all know Bendums are pretty bad. Remember the Star Wars Bendums? Yeah, and that's pretty bad. But when it comes to bendy figures, I think we found the worst. And I know bendies is more of what Just Toys call them, but these bend figures, you know, are pretty horrible. And these are the worst. Based on cartoons, these were released in 1969. That's right, we're going back to the 60s, baby. Peace out, brother. We are back in the 60s. And they're based on cartoons, and they should be cool. They should be cool. There's a lot of characters we never really got as a toy that would have been fun to play with. But oh my God, they look horrible. They look horrible. They didn't even try. Now, I'm pretty sure these are rubber, the bendies. I know they're made out of rubber. I couldn't tell if they had the wire in them, but I think they did. So for the argument, I think they did. Let's take a look at Mighty Flexi. I don't even like the name. Mighty Flexi. Horrible name for a toy line. And we're going to start off with some cartoons, but we got a whole series based on one cartoon and we're going to get to at the end, and it's the worst of them all. But let's start with this one based on a coyote. Here we go. Dupalong Coyote. I think you remember, I think he was like a sheriff or something. Look how horrible this is. Again, I know they bendies and everything. They're supposed to be, he usually wears pink. But he's brown. He's all brown. He's supposed to be all pink. He looks like just a big old, he looks like a rubber piece of shit. Oh, and he's wearing a green hat. He does have a green hat in the cartoon, I believe, so that's pretty good here. He's got the, he's not wearing any clothes. It doesn't look like he's wearing any clothes. What's up with that, Coyote? Now you're thinking, Junkman, that's not too bad. Where they're going to get a lot worse. They're going to get a lot worse. I always start at the best and get to the bottom. It's going to get bad. So let's look at another one from this cartoon series. And I think we remember this guy's name? Is this the guy that was like, oh, exit stage left? What was his name? Hold on. I can't believe I forgot his name. What was his name? Snagglepuss. How can I forget that? Snagglepuss. I like this guy. Exit stage left even. I think that's what he said. But look at this. One thing, he looks like he's strapped down to the place. Look, he's like some kind of, I don't know, some S&M toy or something. Hey, he's got the wrong kind of collar. He's got a vampire collar on. I never understood this cat anyway. He had a collar shirt, but he didn't have a shirt. Who has a collar but no collar shirt? So that's on the cartoon itself. But look at this thing. It's not even the right color. This is some kind of, some more skin color, like human skin color. Oh, except the face is really brown. And you know this is one of those toys, once you pass it around all the kids in the school and everything play with it, it's going to get real dirty looking. You've seen those. But oh, it's horrible. And you're jumping, that's not bad. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Here we go. What is this one? Shoot. See that cat? Ricochet Rabbit. See right there, Ricochet. How could I not figure that out? Ricochet Rabbit. And this is probably one of the better looking one, although it looks more like, look at it. It looks like something a kid made in art class, doesn't it? It looks like just somebody's, like, maybe they're taking a clay class or something. You know when you take your kids to make clay in some little clay place or something? It looks like it's made out of clay by a kid. I mean, even the stars look like they were drawn on with fingers. Ugh. And look at that hat. I don't know, look at anything like the cartoon. The face just looked like it was painted with fingers. Look, it was painted with fingers. That's... I remember my grandma had this friend. I think her name was Esther, and she used to put on her makeup like that. Just rub it on her face like that, and then want to give you a kiss on the cheek. Ugh, let's move on. How about this one? Grape Ape. Is this? Oh, this is Magilla the gorilla. Magilla the gorilla. It's right there on the package. I didn't have to look this one up. I had to keep the little theme going and looking them up. I had to, right? Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. It's just white dots and doing some black paint. Oh, it's crazy looking. A little head. Again, the skin color. Why is it gray? Gorillas are not gray. He's wearing shoes. Well, he does wear shoes on the cartoon, but he wears green pants on the cartoon. I wouldn't even know what this was. If you took this ugly crap out of the package, I wouldn't be able to tell what it is. Look at the eyes. Like dead flies. Let's go on here. And here's Scrooge McDuck, I guess. I hated these ducks. I hated Scrooge McDuck. I hate it. I like Donald Duck, okay. But I hate when they take Donald Duck's popular. Let's make another duck. I don't like. I think this is Scrooge McDuck. I don't care. I don't even want to look at it or talk about this one because it's horrible looking, and I just hate the character altogether. So let's move on to Zorro. Oh, this is freaking Zorro. Can you believe it? This is supposed to be Zorro. Who's the man with the mask? Zorro. Did Zorro and Lone Ranger hook up? They should have been good friends. They had the same costume basically. But look at this. One was a Mexican hero. One was a Western hero. They're the same thing. Just But look at this. He's wearing a sword. He's got a sword. He's carrying a sword that looks like it's really happy to see you. Whoa. That sword doesn't need any blue pills. No, he doesn't. This is horrible. And he has a red hat. How is Zorro would never wear a red hat? No hero wears a red hat. You look through history. You'll never find a hero wearing a red hat. How about one from the Flintstones? Fred? No. Barney? No. Bam Bam? Shit, no. Pebbles? Get out of here. What a whore. Betty? No. Wilma Flintstone, maybe it's the angle of the picture. It's got kind of like a boy haircut, to be honest with you. But it doesn't really scream Wilma. But I'll let this one pass. I'll put this one in the it's okay section. It's not as horrible. It looks like her throat's got a big, like somebody cut a hole in her throat or something. There's blood in it. But other than that, yeah, I'll give it to you. Although it looks like a boy in a caveman dress. I'll give you that. But what about Dino? What about Dino? This is supposed to be Dino. Why is he so fat? Even on the photo, he's fat. He's not even the right. Dino wasn't blue. Wasn't Dino blue? Let me see. Flintstones Dino. I ain't about to type all that out. No, yeah, that's what I thought. He's purple. He's purple. Purple. Why is he blue and he looks so fat? That doesn't look like Dino at all. Do these people even watch the cartoon? I guess the makers of this toy line had a black and white cartoon because they didn't get the colors right in any of this stuff here. Well, let's look at another dog, and this is from what I talked about this series. The next ones we're going to look at it all from a series of characters and based on one cartoon called The Jetsons. Did you know there's only 25 episodes of The Jetsons? It only lasted one season. It seemed like it was on TV all the time, but there was only 20. I mean, sure they did like reboots and movies and stuff, but talking about the basic series, it's like 24, maybe 25 episodes. Crazy. Let's look at Astro. Astro. He spread it out for the king, didn't he? Look at him. Where'd your penis go? You got two holes instead. Oh, I guess Astro is now a they or them or a she. I don't know. Why is he brown on the package? Now they got the package color wrong. Why is he brown? Oh, Astro. I had some writing on here that says it does something special. I don't know what it does special. I can't imagine what special these things he does. And I did say before, and I should have, they were made in Italy. So that should tell you something. Because only two things ever came out of Italy that was worth buying. One was a Jaguar, and the other was a fur coat. And let's see what else. But let's go on and look at the robot. Remember the robot, the gray robot, Rosie? Check this out. Rosie turned into a Smurf. What happened to Rosie? Why is she blue? Why is she blue? I don't know. Maybe she's down the dumps. I don't know. Maybe she didn't get that raise that George wanted that she asked George for. I'm not really sure. Now, the best of the Jetson lines is going to be Elroy. His boy Elroy. Right there. It says Papa Jetson, but he wasn't Poppy Jetson. Oh, hey, Poppy Jetson. No, that wasn't his name. It was Elroy. And this is probably the best looking one of it is, although I think he wears green. According to the package, he wears green, but the figure's blue. But overall, this is a pretty good one here. But what about the daughter? Judy Jetson. Do you remember Judy Jetson? Remember Judy Jetson? Oh. Again, this is when you take out a package. She was famous for her white hair. I would not know who this was. And look, it looked like somebody busted her in the lip. Look, she got a big fist from George right in the lips. She probably deserved it. Oh, she probably was having an affair with Sprocket. Oh, Sprocket. Was that his name? Sprocket? Was that George's boss's name? I think so. Top of my head here, people. Top of my head here. But look how they put it in the package. They didn't want to make bubbly because they just have her sitting down like this. Oh, God, it looks horrible. And what about George himself? Let's take a look. This is supposed to be George Jetson. Oh, wearing blue and a green belt. Brown slacks. He's supposed to wear blue pants. Everybody knows that. And a white shirt. He's famous for he wore the same clothes all the time. Again, these Italians, they must have had a black and white TV or they were colorblind when they made this toy line. This is so horrible. They just look so awful. And I hate when they do just the red paint for a mouth. They put red paint on their fingers and boop, and make a mouth. That's all they do. This is horrible. This is god awful. Who would want to play with these things? You would get laughed at if you came to school, even if you were in Italy. You're like, oh, look what I get to play with. And they'll say, oh, get out of here with your French bread. And, horrible. And we got one more, and it's the worst of the Jetsons line. It's the worst. It's the mom, Jane Jackson. I think Jane, I want to say Janet Jackson. Jane Jetson. Let's take a look. Oh my God! Again, she's supposed to wear red. She's wearing blue. This those eyes. Look at them. They didn't even get them. They couldn't even get them round. They couldn't even get the round part. Look like some rotten eggs I ate last week at the Waffle House. Look at that. They just slapped some white paint on it. Put black and black on the thumbs and pressed it in there. They didn't even try with this. They didn't even try with this ugly thing. God, it's awful. See what I do for you people? I go around searching for the worst action figure or toy line ever. And I have to deal with this. This is gonna bother me for the next 6 weeks. Why did they make the color? Why couldn't they even get the color right? I couldn't understand maybe this is some cheap toy line, but why couldn't they get the color right? Why did they go so... Couldn't even paint a circle. Why did they just slap the white on there for eyes? Just threw it on there like a Sunday morning breakfast. Oh my God. What I do for you people? What I do to bring you this horror? But after I share the horror, I've shared it to you guys. And now you have to live with this also. This is horrible. You thought Bendham Star Wars was bad. But this is the worst Bendham line I've ever seen. And Bendham's is pretty bad, so that's saying something. Well, as always, I'm gonna all my content. Subscribe to the channel, and as they say in Italy, I'm done. I am gone.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.